For most animals, survival depends on instincts they're born with: a beak to eat, a leg to walk, a tail to swim. When those things are taken away, nature is rarely forgiving. But in recent years, something unexpected has begun to change that reality, not through medicine alone, but through human compassion paired with technology. Some of these animals survived injuries so severe that experts believed their lives were over. They could no longer eat, drink, or move the way they were meant to. And yet, against all odds, they were given a second chance. Not by replacing what was lost, but by rebuilding it. One of those stories belongs to Beauty, a bald eagle whose life changed forever when she was shot in the face by a hunter. Her beak was completely destroyed. In the wild, that meant only one thing: slow starvation. When Beauty was found and brought to a rehabilitation center, many believed euthanasia was the only humane option. But one caretaker refused to accept that answer. She believed that if humans could cause such damage, they could also help repair it. Engineers, wildlife experts, and medical specialists came together to do something that had never been done before. Using 3D printing technology, they designed a lightweight prosthetic beak strong enough to function, precise enough to fit, and gentle enough for a living creature. Beauty didn't just survive, she learned how to eat again. Thousands of miles away, another animal was fighting a different battle. Lola, a sea turtle, had lost her flipper after becoming tightly entangled in fishing line. For years, she struggled to swim properly, relying on human care to survive. Students and researchers refused to let her story end there. They designed the first hydrodynamic biomimetic flipper ever created using 3D printing. When it was fitted, Lola did something extraordinary. She swam like a turtle again. Her movements became natural. Her feeding improved. And today, she lives not as a symbol of tragedy, but as proof of possibility. Then there was Winter, a young dolphin found stranded after losing her tail flukes to a crab trap line. Though she adapted by swimming side to side, the unnatural motion strained her spine. A team of experts developed a custom prosthetic tail that allowed her to move the way dolphins were meant to. Winter didn't just adapt, she thrived. Each of these animals shared something in common. They were alive because someone believed their story wasn't finished. And these were only the beginning. The list of second chances didn't end there. In Thailand, a young Asian elephant named Moshe lost her front leg after stepping on a landmine, one of many still hidden in regions scarred by conflict. She was only 7 months old. Without help, she wouldn't survive. Wildlife rehabilitators refused to give up. They fitted her with a prosthetic leg, then another and another. Each one improved as technology evolved. Today, Moshe walks, plays, and grows stronger with every step. Her prosthetic is no longer just support. It's freedom. In Brazil, a red-footed tortoise named Fred survived a devastating forest fire that destroyed most of her shell. She endured pneumonia, starvation, and weeks of uncertainty. A team of caregivers used 3D printing to create a protective shell piece by piece over dozens of hours, then carefully assembled and painted it to match her natural armor. Fred didn't just recover, she returned to a calm, stable life with a dedicated caretaker. In Costa Rica, a toucan named Gracia had her beak brutally cut off. Without it, survival was impossible. Engineers and veterinarians collaborated to design a 2-part prosthetic beak using 3D printing, lightweight, removable, and functional. Grisha learned to eat again. Today, she lives comfortably at a rescue center, a living example of resilience. Then there's Akut 3, a loggerhead sea turtle whose jaw was destroyed in a boat collision. Without a jaw, he couldn't feed himself. Partnering with medical prosthetics experts, rescuers developed a custom 3D printed jaw. If his body continues to accept it, he may one day return to the wild, something once thought impossible. Beyond individual animals, the technology itself is now being used to protect entire species. Scientists have begun producing 3D printed rhino horns indistinguishable from real ones, even under lab testing. The goal is controversial but simple: flood the market with replicas so poaching no longer pays. With real horns selling for more than gold, some believe this could save rhinos from extinction. Others worry it may complicate enforcement. The debate continues. What doesn't change is this truth: technology alone doesn't save lives. People do. 3D printing is just a tool. Compassion is the reason it's used. For these animals, survival didn't come from nature being kind, it came from humans choosing to be better. And in a world where wildlife often pays the price for human progress, these stories prove that progress can also be used to give something back. Sometimes, a second chance is printed layer by layer with hope built in.